What is up, traders? Welcome back. It is another Monday special. It seems like we've survived the Super Bowl and Bitcoin not really doing anything at all. This has been the theme of the last few weeks here. Seems the last time it was spicy was Inauguration Day on January 20th, and here we are all the way at February 10th. Quite a grueling few days, my friends. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the Super Bowl last night. Crazy to see the Eagles win. They don't really. It's just, I remember they won when I was a kid. Maybe I don't remember them winning really ever since then. But cool. Philly tore itself apart. I'm sure people probably climbing up telephone poles, throwing bottles, being rowdy. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the night, had a good time. I just kept it quiet, kept it simple. So Bitcoin being quite a diggler here. You may have seen the thumbnail and title: Major Secret Warning. Clickbait, not clickbait. Well, it seems like clickbait's all we got today. There's very little to talk about here. The last 5 days now within a 1% range. These candle opens and closes actually less than 1%. We're talking not even 0.1%. Since Thursday, we have seen at the largest 0.08% daily candle. Now we do have some wicks up and down, basically just hunting out leverage positions. I think I did talk about maybe not really taking a position right now. This market's kind of hunting us out, kind of getting us to capitulate in either direction before making that next move. And that does seem to be what's happening. This is some of the lowest volatility we have seen in a very long time. Maybe we can look at this Bitcoin 24-hour volume. Volatility. Let's take a look at this. On the week, yeah, we're down at 2.39%. You can see it has not been a majorly volatile time period. In fact, the last time, unsurprisingly, January 20th, we saw a little bit of volatility kick in. Before that, August, summer of last year, this is down at about as low as it goes, volatility-wise. You can see this bottom range here being very heavily established over, I don't know, the entirety of Bitcoin. Very few or very limited amounts of lower volatility times than right now. You can see here, placing this little box, not a lot of time spent doing less movement. Remember, volatility isn't bullish, it isn't bearish. Volatility is just movement. And when there is large, expansive moves up and down, we see high volatility. Typically, we need to see them move in both directions for high volatility. One-sided moves don't tend to be quite as volatile because it's just about the total movement, not the change in price necessarily as a sum, but just the total amount of up and down we see. And no surprise, here we are down in the dumps, about as low as it gets. You can feel it in your bones. You can feel it on the charts. You can feel it in your trades. Nothing is really happening. Some news on top of that. Michael Saylor purchasing more Bitcoin. At this point, is it even really news? I'm not sure. Just see, it would be almost more news if he didn't buy Bitcoin, right? If you spent, I don't know, a month not buying Bitcoin, that might be a little bit more newsworthy. Is there anything actually in the news? Crypto news? Let's see. Let's pull this up. We don't usually do crypto news, but that is how boring this is. This is how desperate we are to make content. I almost debated not going live. I was like, I don't know what I'm going to talk about. I don't know what the point would be. But you know what? You guys need me. I need you guys. So let's get digging. Maybe you guys know something I don't. No news? Exactly. MicroStrategy. There you go. You know it is a slow crypto news day when Michael Saylor's buy is right at the top. Right at the top. That's something that happens constantly, like every week, right at the top of the news page. Am I missing something? Consistency is the point sometimes. We've been pretty consistent. I would like to be less consistent. I would like to take more time to relax, more time to vacation. Trump Solana meme coin sinks lower. I mean, I guess this is news as well. The Trump coin still rugging, hitting new, we can't say all-time lows because that doesn't make sense, but we could say new post major exchange listing low, right? We had our kind of listing rally. Trump coin went up to 80. It is now down to 16 for a total. Let's see this change. For a total change from its all-time high of minus 82%. minus 82%. And in what time? Over the course of 21 days. 3 weeks, minus 82%. Will it go lower, chat? What do you think? Let's even put up a poll. That chart looks strong, doesn't it? Let's put up a poll. I wonder where people are at with this, because people were very hopeful about this coin. I don't like pooping on dreams, but we said, I don't know why you would think this wouldn't rug. I don't know. Trump coin is going, Trump coin blank, going lower. Will bounce back to all-time highs. Let's put that in there. And then we'll put, I don't know. There we are. Let me know how you feel about that. I'm curious. Get a little read from the chat here. Where are you guys at? I'm curious if the people who were very hopeful about it in the beginning are still there, or if they have kind of folded. I don't know. I'm curious. Let me know. Put your honest opinion. Why Bitcoin is less likely to be spooked by Trump trade tactics. That doesn't really seem worthy of a click. Sol Strategies accelerates aggressive Sol buying. Interesting. Adds 24,000 Sol in the latest acquisition. Where is Sol? Let's take a look at the chart. Sol, are you responding to this news? Does not seem as if those buys are having much of an effect. And you know what? I will say, this is not just Sol. You got some buying news, some kind of big acquisition, whatever. On Solana, not a lot of change on the chart. We can say the same thing about Bitcoin. Michael Saylor dumping about $1 billion more into Bitcoin. Bitcoin not moving. You know, these news articles, you gotta have context for them. The charts are great context. Charts are amazing. Maybe the best context for news in crypto in general. Look at what the chart's doing. If the chart is agreeing with the point of the article, maybe it's a value. If it's not, it's probably just more BS. More BS written on the internet. You know, I had a tweet that I really liked. I don't think that it even did that well, but I liked the point of this, and it was a plea to Michael Saylor. You can follow me on Twitter if you don't, at TomCrownCrypto. But Saylor, if you're watching this, and I know you are, Saylor, listen, come in closer, listen. Stop buying OTC, bro. Stop it. Stop buying OTC. Stop doing it at local tops. Stop buying the tops of green candles, Saylor. Get me on your team. I will work for free, actually. This is my pledge. I'll work for free, Saylor. You bring me in. You don't have to pay me a penny. Maybe you get you on the channel sometime. TBD. You don't have to pay me a penny. And here's what we'll do, buddy. Here's what we'll do. We'll take some percent of what you want to buy, and we'll do a little market order. We'll do it across exchanges. We'll get help from Kraken, from Coinbase, we'll just get help from all of them. And they'll help us do this with the least amount of slippage. We'll figure out how much we can put in based on what kind of liquidity is in the books, etc. And then we're going to take another amount, okay? And here's what we're going to do with it. We're going to do what Tom Crown begs every new investor to do, and they never do. Here's what we're going to do, Saylor. We're going to place limit buy orders. Right, follow me. We're going to place limit buy orders. Maybe we'll put one. Maybe we'll do it this way. Maybe we'll take your $1 billion and we'll just divide it up between, I don't know, maybe 30, 40 lots. And we're just going to put a limit buy order every $1,000 down. That's what we're going to do. And then next time you go to buy, we're going to do that again. So even the ones that are unfilled, we're going to leave them there. And we're going to put those as limit buy orders down. And then if you still want to buy more, we'll take a whole lump sum and let's just build a wall. Let's build a wall right here, 73,000. Let's do stuff with your buys, your purchases that actually impact the chart, that actually make this number go up. Instead of this OTC game. And I'm not criticizing him in the point of, I don't know, I'm not saying what he's doing is bad or he shouldn't do it or whatever. But why not? If the point is to make this crunch, if the point is to move, I don't know, be bullish for Bitcoin, why not employ even just a little bit of that capital to actually push the market, right? Is that crazy? Is that like a crazy concept? Or is it like we can only do this OTC dance? Because it seems to me that every time people do, not just Saylor, but all these people, they do these OTC buys, it seems as if when shit hits the fan, they sell it on the open market. Like, what the hell? Why? What are you doing? It really seems that way. It's like buy it off the market, sell on the market. And I guess the point is that if enough is purchased OTC, that eventually that will create this supply crunch, that there will not be available supplies, and and people will have to kind of scramble to cover positions and buy Bitcoin. And that's a beautiful dream. It's a beautiful dream. But you know what I think? I think that dream can still come true doing what I just explained. Buying using some percent, even if it's 1% to market buy. Even if it's 5% to set limit orders, limit buys down, create a support wall down at major levels. Don't just, I don't know, just throw it up as the market moves up. You can layer it every 1,000. You could do anything every 5,000. You could just look at your monthly levels, put them there. I don't know, something other than just buying OTC and scratching our asses. Like, realistically, guys, what is happening? How is price not moving with ETFs and Michael Saylor buying probably more dollars volume-wise than we've ever seen in this market, yet the price isn't moving? And we can argue, oh, they're trying to scoop it up cheap or something. But honestly, I would argue maybe that isn't the best outcome for them either, right? Maybe that's not the best outcome for them. I don't think that they necessarily want it to go down after spending billions and billions. We'll see. What else is in the news? Florida proposes bill to invest public funds in Bitcoin. Right on. I like that. This is cool. Will this change the chart? Will this be the bullish catalyst we are looking for? Absolutely not. But that's kind of cool. I'll take it. I think if we can get Florida on board, they're known for making crazy decisions. Maybe we can get some other states on board. You know what? Pennsylvania, start buying Bitcoin. Use public funds, start buying Bitcoin. Pennsylvania is on a hot streak, guys. Pennsylvania was basically the deciding factor in the election, and now they won the Super Bowl. Like, I honestly, if we could bet Polymarket, someone look on Polymarket. If we could bet on states, and I don't even know what we're betting on, I'm going to bet on Pennsylvania this year. Seems to be the year of Pennsylvania. Yeah, let Pennsylvania do it next. Musket launches major 100 million token buyback. What? So here's something interesting, and this is some value for you guys, because I know you guys peruse the news. Look at this. I don't know what Musket is. It launches major token, 100 million buyback. What is this even talking about? Strengthen utility and drive growth by buying back your token. This right here is not a news article, and this is what you need. This is the nuance, the expertise that you need to be able to kind of navigate through cryptocurrency news. This is a paid article. This is not news. There's nothing of value in here. I don't even have to open it. I don't know what Musket is, but I guarantee you that this is a rug pull or a scam or a slow scam, slow rug. I guarantee you that this is just a paid article and has no substance of value whatsoever. It's probably AI written, but at the end of the article, it is just going to be a pitch to buy this token. It'll probably tell you where you can buy it. It'll probably tell you why it's going to keep going up. This is probably a good one to pull up the chart and watch the chart over the next few days. If you want to have this kind of point driven home, watch this chart absolutely bite it over the next week or two. Can almost guarantee it. Wall Street Pepe sells out. Pepeteto. Hottest 100x. There's another one. Back to back, boys. And look, you can see Crypto Potato, Blockonomy. It's not just one platform. These news platforms maybe shill and don't even disclose it more than like YouTubers, than the YouTube space. It's kind of embarrassing. It's kind of bad. Chainlink tops the list of DeFi protocols by dev activity. Okay, this is verifiable. You can check this. You can look. I'm not going to doubt it. I'm going to assume it's true. This is an article that clearly is shilling link, but at least it has something here, right? At least this has got some substance. This altcoin could score big and outperform. Oh, here we go. We don't have to click this one. Another, clearly, this one's by crypto.news. That's 3 different sources now. Clearly a paid article. The farther we go down, the more paid articles it seems. Interesting. This coin is going to outperform 𝐒𝐈16𝐳. And then the next article is 𝐒𝐈16𝐳. Someone's got a budget. Solana forms ascending triangle for possible breakout. Analyst sets $565 target. Ascending triangle. Here's another nuance. Where is this ascending triangle? And why would an ascending triangle be bullish? Here's where I'm assuming they're talking. Let's clear this chart. This is kind of fun going through the news and checking it out on charts. Hopefully this is interesting. I really did not know what to do, and I'm actually kind of happy we've found maybe this activity today, because I had nothing to say about the Bitcoin chart. I had nothing to say about the crypto chart. There's just not a lot going on. Maybe this is what they're looking at, right? This is like the best I can imagine. And I'm not going to lie, guys, maybe these news articles that are mostly paid promos, maybe they aren't the best technical analysis, right? If I wouldn't have even called this that, but now it's kind of drawing my attention. But even if it was, this is not typically a bullish chart. It's not typically a bullish pattern. We look more for that flat top, right? With the ascending lows, ascending highs, and the highs being kind of muted or not making reaching moves, just muted. Not typically a bullish pattern. Not saying Solana can't break to the upside. I just question altogether everything about this article without even reading it. Crypto investors bet on Beer Bear as it exceeds expectations. Well, my expectations were 0 for Beer Bear, so yes, it exceeded my expectations. XRP and XLM communities clash. Ooh, 2 paths, 1 goal shaping the future of payments. That could be interesting. It's probably just drama whipped up, right? But that could be something. Trump's trade strategy sends ripples through cryptocurrency market. 3 reasons Hedera. So what have we seen? We've seen XRP, XLM, Hedera, bunch of random paid shitcoins, Link, Solana, Bitcoin. Maybe this is the value we can take away is kind of just what coins are being talked about, right? Shiba Inu. Crypto exchanges ignite market activity. I don't know about that, buddy. I don't think this market is strategically being ignited right now. It feels like quite the opposite. It's like strategically being bored, strategically being just wrecked out of its excitement position. Let's look at the fear and greed. You know, CoinMarketCap has their own fear and greed. And I noticed that people have kind of cherry picked which one they use when they want to prove a point. Fair enough. And then let's pull up the other one. Bitcoin Fear and Greed by alternative.me. So this one, alternative.me, I don't know what they do, but I will give it to them. They were the first people doing this. They created this fear and greed for Bitcoin. Does that mean that theirs is right or theirs is better? No, absolutely not. They were just the first to the scene. And honestly, I would argue that theirs is worse, even though I can't really speak about Binance or CoinMarketCaps because I haven't really looked at it much. I would argue that theirs is likely worse because this is the original. So this is like what maybe market makers or anyone counter trading this or whatever, using this to kind of string along retail. This is what they're using, probably. We are down into fear again. Fear rating has actually fallen consistently over the last week. We see back on January 22nd, which is odd. We hit an all-time high January 20th and January 22nd after we had begun falling, right? Yeah, after we had fallen, I guess hit a higher low. We're looking for a bull flag breakout. Fear and greed actually notched up. So we saw price come down and fear and greed move up, and that was maybe a divergence, right, from our chart and our data. Since then, we have seen it mostly just fall down, hitting 44 at the earliest in February. And man, 44 seems 43 today actually. So this is a lower reading than we have seen for the last month. This is the lowest reading we've seen in the last 3 months. If we were to chart this, I would say that's bearish as heck. This looks like it wants to dump, doesn't it? Maybe we should do a little TA on fear and greed here. Yeah, certainly not back to August of last year. Back when we hit 50K, broke 50K, we saw that reading drop all the way down below 20, which is remarkable. 17 is one of the lowest readings in probably the lowest 50 readings ever. We've seen some single digits over the years, but certainly not many. Higher high. See, here's what's interesting is we haven't seen this yet. Look at this. I'm going to pull up, I have to use the snippet tool here because this is actually very annoying. I wonder if you can get this on TradingView. I'll use the snipping tool. Here's what's interesting to me, and here's what grabs my attention when I look at this. Check this out. So this was Bitcoin in November. So we're not even talking like January. We're not even talking like peak March, November when we hit all-time highs. We're talking about the breakout of 20K. This goes all the way back. November, December of 2020. We hit this crazy greed, like extreme greed, and we stayed there, I want to say for almost a month, right? Here we are. Here's the equivalent breakout. And let's actually look Back here, this is March's high, all-time high pre-halving break. Here is, it's hard to even see it, November of last year. So that was the, the next exciting time, kind of all-time highs. Look at the difference. We talk about why this feels different and kind of how we've hit these all-time highs, and that's great, but they don't feel real, or they're not sustained. They're not held up, right? We hit all-time high, we fall right back down, and it makes it feel almost worse than if we hadn't hit an all-time high, because it's like giving us a piece of candy and taking it away. You look back to the last cycle and you can clearly see why this feels bad over here. We had very euphoric periods of time where price moved up consistently. It held its gains. It moved higher. And it led to like a frenzy, a blow off top, even though we didn't get that high. But compare that to the last year and you can see a big difference. We didn't even make it into really these crazy high numbers, because I think we hit like 90s, 98s, 96s, something, right? I think our highest reading was one day of 94 of extreme greed. Let's look at coin market caps, because it does actually have a different picture, and it does even look different. I like the way that they do this. Actually, they have the price here. This is less kind of visually cluttering than the other one. I like this. This only goes back to July of 2023, so we don't have as much data. This will limit how useful it is. But this is pegging, giggity. This is pegging our fear and greed at 35, a much lower reading. And if you look back to August, that was only at a 26. So very close, actually, very similar to August's low there, which I would not have expected. August, much scarier times. We had been moving down for a long time, hitting lower lows, rejecting from highs. Today, we're at 100 and what, 100K, 95, 97K, like just hanging out here. Do we feel this? Is this real? What's interesting and maybe a value is that both of these are reflecting fear. And I think that is accurate. I don't think people are feeling greedy right now. It is an argument in my mind as to why this bull run is not over. Bull runs, at least in our history, have never ended with greed, man. Never ended with greed. Or never ended with fear. Always ended with greed. Never ended with fear. Always greed. Let's check out that poll. 300 votes, not bad, fam. Good to have the people we have here. It's not the most exciting day, but 300 votes, 48%, about half of us going lower on Trump coin. I'm gonna have to agree. Bounce back to all-time highs, about a third of us, which is interesting. It's possible. It's possible. I'm not gonna bet my bottom dollars on it, but it's certainly possible that it returns to all-time highs, especially if this market spices up again. It gets exciting. Let me turn on these tunes, make sure I don't blast your eardrums. My microphone's being weird today. How's that volume? Good? Let me know if it gets too loud. Sweater looks cool. Yes, this is my official Power Ranger outfit. I'm the Red Ranger. It's more time. Power Rangers. You gotta do something, right? Gotta do something. Gotta keep ourselves entertained. I got a blue one too. Tunes are low but cool. I think they're gonna get louder. I think like that it's building. A little louder. There we go. Yeah, they're not bad. Not bad. A little synthy wave. Pickle, I don't know. I think you're here. There we are. Nice. How's the volume? I just turned it up. Zigzag, I agree, man. I think August was much scarier. I think really what I was pointing out here is I think, again, we are seeing a divergence. Fear and greed getting close to this level. On a technical, logical level, that doesn't make sense. That is a divergence between how much fear we are experiencing and the chart. I totally agree August was much scarier. Waiting on the build, yeah. I agree. This was much scarier. This was like arguably we're going really low, right? Remember back here in August, every other channel was like, we're going back down to 15, we're going to 20, we're going to... They were just like fudding out. They thought we were about to see 2019 repeat, that we were gonna come back down to the bear market lows. Other channels, man, they get fudded out so easy. I agree. We saw some new people enter here. Those people, you know, that especially is going to like double down on that fear, as they don't have the diamond hands we have. They have not experienced the ups and downs yet. If they made it, if you made it, like you bought in 73,000 and you didn't sell under 50, I think you're kind of good. I think you made it. I think that flushed them out. Nice. Sounds great. Thank you. Did I see F had double net inflows in ETFs than Bitcoin last week? I saw an article that said something about that. Interesting that didn't come up on the news when we checked it out earlier. I also saw that Ethereum had like the highest net short positions it ever had, or something like that. Kind of feels like maybe the market hedging itself, buying this ETF spot and then selling or shorting, going net neutral on it. The inflows beating Bitcoin. I mean, I will say that's not meaningless, right? But I certainly don't think that it's like really that important. I don't think that is going to have like much grasp or much like control or influence over the market. Bitcoin ETF flows. Let's see. I just want a total. I don't want. Here we go. I want a total. Total. BTC. So since January 11th, so about a month. Total. That's GBTC. ETFs over the last month have acquired over 500,000 Bitcoin. What? Of course, almost 400,000 of that we can say is effectively from GBTC. So that's a true net change of about 200,000, which is still huge. That's for Bitcoin. That's still huge. Let's do ETH. So people are talking about ETH. This is the exact same data. Okay, good. Here we go. Looking at Ethereum. Wow, okay. Kind of similar here. We have a huge outflow from 𝐒𝐴𝐧 minus 1.27 million. A total or net of plus 900,000 Bitcoin, or Ethereum, man, look at me. So here's maybe how I would interpret this as well. So 900,000 Ethereum compared to what? We said 500,000 Bitcoin. So dollar-wise, is that true? I wonder if these articles, like, so dollar-wise, shouldn't that still be a higher net inflow for Bitcoin? Because Bitcoin's price is 10x, 30x, right? Let me see in USD. 3.1 billion. Let's just do it this way. 3.1 billion total net for Ethereum's. Wait. We gotta go back to Bitcoin. Flows. USD? USD. 40 billion. All right. Well, it seems like that article is full of crap, right? I mean, unless maybe it's like, you know, in the last few days, right? Maybe right here, Bitcoin had an outflow day on the 6th. Did Ethereum have an outflow day on the 6th? Is this really what it's talking about? Like, this is 10 million inflow. Do you remember? You have saw the post about economist Eugene F. saying Bitcoin's doomed. Well, people have said that all of Bitcoin's existence. They've all been wrong. They've all been very wrong. Crypto Love likes that word, boom shakalaka. Oh, Crypto Love, that sounds familiar. Yeah, so who read that article? Because to me, it seems like it's full of shit. Let's talk about last week only. Okay, let's say 400 million on ETH. 400 million inflow. Let's check it out. Net flow. Last week. We've got -2, +1, we'll say 110, 170. All right, so like 200 million. Yeah, I think I almost forgot the numbers already. I think you're right. Technically, Ethereum had like for that week specifically, But those are both low numbers. I mean, you look at Bitcoin's month and it's at like 40 billion. That seems like some very cherry-picked data. Not accusing you or saying you, my friend, who pointed that out. I'm saying the writers of that article seem to have an agenda there, don't they? Like, or whether it just being crapping on Bitcoin or promoting Ethereum, like, those don't, it doesn't feel like very truthful of numbers, or very, at least truthful to like kind of the headline of it, right? They don't really seem to make sense. Wow, that Streamlabs bot is spamming. Crypto Love trained crypto. I don't, who is Crypto Love? The name's familiar. Crypto Love. The name's familiar, for sure.
Boom shakalaka, what?
Boom shakalaka. Yeah, you're right. I guess he's still making content. What's weird is that this guy's channel does not show up on my stuff ever. Ever. He doesn't live stream, maybe that's why. I'll have to check him out at some point. Let's see. Bro, what? It's a low market cap. I don't know what you're talking about. What's up, ACK? How you doing, bro? What's up, Dennis? Maybe Saylor is buying on exchanges, keeping it from going below 90K. No, he's definitely not, Dennis. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. You'd be able to, like, no. Absolutely not. I wish. Yeah, we'll put Streamlab. I'll put him in timeout if he keeps going. Litecoin's gonna break all-time high. I like that hyping. I appreciate that. Want to look at a depressing chart at BTC. Greg, I feel like that's like my point. I feel like that. I'm not sure if other people pointed out that this started with the merge, and if they did point it out, were they also bearish on the merge? Look at this chart all the time. Ethereum has like the first hope for a bounce that it's had. I would not bet on it yet, but it did hit 0.25. We were calling for 0.25 ever since 0.33 broke. Told you guys I do not feel bullish on this yet. It needs to prove it to me, and it has not proved it to me. Not proved it to me at all. Could it be the beginning of the reversal? People ask. Anything's possible. I said that back here as well. You know, anything's possible. I don't think it is. It certainly is possible. I'm waiting for this to show me it's real. It hasn't done that yet. Hasn't done that yet. Very low expectations here for Ethereum. Really just want to see it close above 2,500 this month. I think that is very likely. The month is still pretty fresh. Not even half the way through. Ethereum has plenty of time to move up or down, really. Ooh. Clean little touch to 2,500. That could have been a good entry. Could have been a good entry. We slayed this on the way down. Total crypto market cap, very boring. Every chart, very boring. There is nothing interesting happening in this space right now. Nothing interesting. Kathy Woods likes Ethereum. Nice. ETH capitulation, only way forward, maybe. Is ETH dead? Nah. No. I don't think so. I don't believe so. Though, you guys know, man, I hold on. Like, I don't believe things die in this space. Like, is ETH dead? I don't think, no. ETH will continue. Is ETH a good buy right now? I don't know. I'm not buying it. I'm not buying spot. I will look to kind of dabble back in here. If we hit down here, 0.18, I'll look to I'll look to rebuy some of it that I sold over the last few years. After that though, I don't know, dude. This gets problematic. You have 0.18 as your 2019 support, and then what do you have after that? All the way back to December of 16, 0.07. That's a pretty big fall. It's like another 50%. I think that's the last place I would look to buy. I think Ethereum, I'm not fudding. This is just my opinion, and I've been wrong in the past. I'll be wrong again in the future at some point. My opinion is that Ethereum got this little run, got like a double run, and now it's kind of just going the way of every other thing in the world against Bitcoin. I am not convinced, and I'm not confident that Ethereum will ever have an all-time high against Bitcoin again. That doesn't mean it can't do great. You know, I mean, if Ethereum blasts to like even back to 2022's high, and Bitcoin is moving up, that can give it a crazy pump. It'd be like 200% gain against Bitcoin. Say Bitcoin goes up 50%. That'd be like a 400% pump for Ethereum, right? Like, it doesn't mean it can't pump. It doesn't mean it can't break all-time highs in dollars. I don't think it will break its all-time high in Bitcoin pair, though. It just seems that given enough time, everything against Bitcoin trends down. Just bleeds off. It just explores those lower numbers. It just adds those decimals. 0.0, 0.00, 0.000. It just keeps going. It doesn't seem to matter what it is. Actually, that being said, let's look at one thing that I know is trending up against Bitcoin right now. Gold hitting all-time highs here. Let's look at Bitcoin versus gold. Interesting. How is this possible? Hold up. I see why. I see why, because this is what we're looking at. This is what we're looking at here. Gold pumping while Bitcoin's falling here. Looking for what, a return to the mean, maybe 25 units to Bitcoin's 1 unit. Let's look on a bigger time frame. Oh, down. This was December, January when Bitcoin hit all-time high. All right. Yep. So as this falls down, that is telling us that gold is gaining strength against Bitcoin. As you can see, Peter Schiff is absolutely full of it. The guy should maybe be checked into a health care facility. Trying to claim somehow that gold has been a better investment than Bitcoin. You can literally see that not being true on this chart. And even now, even as gold is at all-time highs and Bitcoin is not doing anything, look at how little it's off. Look at how small with gold running. 18%. Only 18%. Versus what? You know, you pick any point on this chart. We can even pick the 2017 all-time high. So we'll say like you bought the all-time high in 2017, 125% up even now after the fall. Gold has not been a good investment against Bitcoin. Since Bitcoin has existed, gold has not been the investment that makes sense in my opinion. Let's see. But gold is moving up almost to 3,000 right now. Today, putting in another all-time high. We're about to be a gold channel. We're about to switch to gold, baby, because it's doing stuff. Where is it heading? God knows. Let's see. Let's use our fib tool. Every time I do this with gold, and I'm like, here's a good target. It like gets there eventually, but it just takes forever, man. It's like breaking out. You'll look at it, and then by the time you're like, maybe I'll get some gold. It's like back down to where it was and not moving. Very Bitcoin-esque, actually. Bitcoin-esque over the last few months. Moving, you look at it, it stops moving. We have some fib extensions up here. We don't have a lot of tools right now to use. As gold's at an all-time high, it's in price discovery or exploration. There's not as many tools that we can use. There's not going to be any moving averages above us. There's no resistance above us, right? There's nothing that we typically rely on. None of our indicators are up there. VWAP isn't up there, right? All we have, really, at the end of the day, is 2 tools. One, our fib tool. Our fib tool is, in my opinion, the best and most effective tool we can use at all-time highs or all-time lows. It goes both ways. And we can use that tool to kind of make targets above us that we might not be able to otherwise, right? Other than just randomly picking numbers. Connecting our recent swing high to swing low, our 1618 sits $50 higher than right now, not a really crazy move. Our measured move target, about $150 higher, still not a crazy move, but for gold, all moves are crazy moves. This is all we can use, other than we can use psychological numbers. We can just use flat, easy to understand numbers. So for example, 3,000, that might be the right pick here. 3,000, it's a very easily visualized, understood number. People who bought gold, you know, maybe down here under 2,000, they might see that decimal or that front digit change and go, ooh, I gotta sell, right? Monkey brain, I'm up, I gotta sell. We could say 3,000, we could say 4,000, right? We could say 5,000. Like if gold does make its way all the way up here over the next few years, 5,000, probably an amazing place to take profit on gold, right? Just easy number. Easy number. What is up, my friend? I see you, hodl. Total 2 weekly gives you hope. Okay, let's take a look at total 2 for you. What's up, Prez? How you doing, man? Tillin, my brother, how are you? Gantt chart. What's that, Adrian? Gold too heavy to move around. Bitcoin is weightless. Huh? True. What's up, Janix? Mama Jedi, how are you, darling? Taylor, Dom, I see the boys here. CBK, Wahoo. When gold tops for its cycle, then Bitcoin runs like a mother trucker. I hope so. Trump and dumb, baby. That's funny, Aiden. What's up, Turdy? Marcelo. If there's no alt season, should we expect everyone moving on? Bitcoin. I don't. The fact that people now are like, so think about this, and I am going to do total too. Think about this. The fact that people have been yelling altcoin, like, I'm going to pull this over. We're not skipping this. Don't worry. We're coming back total too. But this I want to yell about for a second. I'm very passionate about this. So think about it this way, guys. We have very few viewers here. People are checked out. We have like 550. That's low, but that's okay. We got the dedicated people. People in here right now are the people who are going to win. Let's put that out there as a little feel-good thing. But think of it this way. People are checked out. Bitcoin all-time high. Bitcoin dominance just hit cycle highs. Think of it game theory. Put your thinking hats on here. Kind of remove yourself from reading charts and put these charts into like your mind's eye. Think about them logically, okay? Since the bottom, since October of 22, people have been calling for alt season. They have been calling it is alt season. They have been saying it's right around the corner or that it is here. Literally every pump that any altcoin has made, people have said this, right? They could not have been more wrong. They were completely incorrect, right? This whole time, there's no alt season whatsoever. So far. Here we are, right? Dominance just hit a higher high. And now people are starting to say altcoin season isn't going to happen, right? They're starting to say, like maybe altcoins are not the right choice. Maybe I shouldn't enter them. That's been true. And the fact that retail, not calling you out, but just I hear this a lot all over social medias. The fact that it seems very heavy that retail and the crap influencers are starting to say this after we hit a high, it feels like now might be the time to start looking at altcoins. I think dominance does have higher to go in this quarter, in this year, but it isn't going to go up forever. It is, of course, possible there's no alt season in this cycle. It's possible. We have literally no data to support that. We have nothing to suggest that. The same way people are saying the all-time highs in for Bitcoin. We have no data. We have nothing to support that. There's nothing time-wise, chart-wise, price action-wise that would suggest that. But the fact that people now, after 2-3 years of it being the wrong time to buy alts, now starting to say maybe it never will be, kind of gets me onto maybe a little more of the bullish side for alts or a little bit more of the bearish side for dominance. I think, well, I don't think it's topped out and going to drop right now. I do think that maybe we do see kind of this blow off top. We see the final stretch up and it collapses down into alt season. And if you can think about how this would go down in your head, if you're someone thinking or worried about alts, you're in pain right now. If this move happened and we reached up here to 73, maybe even higher, maybe we break our previous cycle high, I think that wouldn't be crazy. We held our cycle low on dominance and then collapsed down. Think about the pain that you and others will experience during that move. If you're in pain now, you're gonna feel it way worse, way worse on this kind of move, especially if it's quick. It either means that Bitcoin rips a level up, moves like 150K, alts don't do anything, or it could mean that Bitcoin moves down a little bit and alts just collapse again down to their major supports. This is so painful. This path. This is the path we've been looking for a long time on this channel. I think it's the most painful. But the very fact that people are starting to say, is Ethereum dead? People are asking about Ethereum. A large part of Bitcoin dominance and altcoins, Ethereum's market cap is number 2. Is Ethereum dead? Are altcoins dead? Are we not having altcoin season? I don't know, man. I'm not saying it's time to get bullish today, but that kind of rhetoric is giving us a heads up that it's time to start looking, start thinking about it, because I think it's going to come. I don't think that they're totally cooked. Okay, total 2 gives you hope weekly. Let's look at this cross, my friend. 100 crossing the 200. Okay. So it's not a golden cross, though. A clickbait influencer could say that, and maybe we will. Maybe we'll take that. Maybe we'll crap post it first. Let's see. Let's check this out. So moving averages on the week are definitely interesting here for Total 2. Absolutely. One thing of note is that Total 2 definitely does give us a downside target here of 865 billion. It's not guaranteed to happen or anything, but very often we do see these crosses tested or tagged, I like to say, where you see a wick down to them. In a bullish cross, tends to be a sell-off, and a bearish cross tends to be a pump. You just get faded and kind of resume what you're doing. That being said, there have been a lot of major crosses on Bitcoin over the last 2 years and Bitcoin dominance that have played out exactly how those crosses are supposed to. Golden crosses leading into pumps, rallying, continuing. So they're more trustworthy than they have been, I'll say. But that cross down there kind of draws my eye because we also see on the week here kind of an open fair value gap just above that level, right? Very, very close. Very, very close. Is this actionable? Not really. But you could say, okay, you see a lower high on Total 2. Maybe right around here. 1.32 trillion. If you see a lower high, that's between the 0.5 and 6.8. If you see a lower high reject price, you might be looking for that move. If you're in a position that you don't like with an alt, maybe you can look to get out of it here as Total 2 rallies to 1.32 trillion. Look to rebuy on the back test of this cross if it happens. Something I like though, getting onto like the more bullish side here. Something I like, I think I have to zoom out to the month. Out to the month. This ain't bad, friends. This does not look bad. One, we have the 20 and 50 golden cross right up here. You can see, you know, there's a little contrarian. It sold off after it. But nice bigger time frame golden cross there, or bullish cross there. I like that. More importantly, look at where Total is. We're talking about alts moving to major supports. Look at where Total 2 is. Look at this monthly candle. It couldn't get more clean than that. We'll know by the end of the month. Right now it's too early to call. I like the way it looks now though. I like this. What do you have? You have a classic chart. You have a resistance, a lower high, right? Oh no, you're still in a downtrend. You have to doubt it. Boom, you hit a low. It's a higher low. All of a sudden, you might be looking at an uptrend if you can get a higher high. What happened here in November? You hit a higher high just below the previous all-time high. Sold off, and where are you? You're at that previous resistance. A monthly close above 1.21 trillion, I think suggests a retag or a retest of the all-time high in Total 2. I like this. This alone is enough bullishness for me. That's like enough for me. To be looking at a higher time frame, obviously, not tomorrow, not instant satisfaction. But Total 2, much like Total, is a kind of less noisy chart than Bitcoin or other things. Tends to behave better, Total specifically. This one, a little bit messier, but still pretty good. I think that will be a huge signal. Huge signal. In fact, I should make some content about this chart. Shout out to you, Hodl. It's a great chart, bro. I like that. Hold up. Let me just copy paste this in some places so I don't forget. There we go. I like it. Hold that monthly and things can look very, very good. Let's just double check. See if we missed anything. And you are above, even on the week, and I got this bullish cross. You've tested the 50 and 20 and you're still above them. Like this is good. I'd say an early warning sign would be any close below 1.17 trillion underneath that 20 weekly. That'll be an early warning sign. Check the day here and I'll move on. Down at 200. Yeah, dude, this is looking very, very likely. Very, very likely from the 200, move back to all these averages. And this is where you're going to make it or break it. What color? White. There we go. This is where you're going to make it or break it. Look at all this liquidity up here. 1.32. That's what we were saying, potentially looking for that lower high coming down to test that cross, right? This is looking so juicy with all these moving averages crossing up here. Price wicked, bought up. 1.3 is looking incredibly likely. The next move, of course, is going to be only for those with a crystal ball. But, man, that would be super duper clean. Super duper clean. Copy that image. Can you look at Supra? What is Supra? Supra is probably not. 𝐻USD on the 3-day weekly 200. Trapper opportunity. ETH on the 3-day. Then the 200 daily. Wait, what? Underneath your 200 daily. Yeesh. Wow, that actually looks like crap. When you look at the daily moving averages, that actually looks like absolute crap. It looks like Ethereum is going to test 3K again, but if it rejects from 3K, it looks so cooked. Look at that wick, low support, lower high. You couldn't hold it. You fell. You broke market structure. Oh man, you gotta pray that Ethereum, when it tests 3,000, keeps moving. You're looking at the 3-day. The 3-day. And the weekly 200. There's the 3-day 200 or the 600 daily. Not great to see that close below. That wick found support, move back up. Kind of suggesting the same thing. And what's really kind of interesting here, guys, is when you look at Ethereum, this excludes. Okay, total 2 includes Ethereum. When you look at Ethereum, Ethereum looks like it wants to do the same move. Look, back to these major moving averages, 3K-ish, back down. Yeah, you hope you hit 2,500 and bounce, right? But that's looking very much in line with what we're seeing on total 2. Trapper opportunity. I think you got an opportunity up to 3K, but you're in and out. I don't know. You hit 3K and it bounces, it holds, breaks through. I mean, things are looking good, but that is rough. Weekly 200 down here. Ethereum, big fan of its weekly 200. Very different from Bitcoin's. Very different from Bitcoin's 200. I don't like this chart. I don't like it. I don't like it, fam. I do not like it. 2:30. How long have we been live? We've been live an hour. All right, fammies. I can't believe we talked for an hour. Is there anything else today that we should definitely talk about? Is there a meme coin market cap chart, says Twerty? I'm sure you can go to like TradingView and like they'll have, or not TradingView, CoinMarketCap or CoinGecko and sort by meme coin, yeah. But I don't know if they do on TradingView though. Ooh, one character, my guy. I didn't even see this. Shout out to one character. It didn't alert me. That's so strange. It usually alerts me when there's a new member. And when you gift 10 of them, it should alert me 10 times. They're coming in. Maybe I didn't give enough time. Shout out to you, one character, my friend. Also, Gabrielle Font subscribed. Hassan subscribed. Who else subscribed today? We got a few. Slow day. You can see this number moving slowly is a good indicator of kind of retail interest right now. There's others. That's all coins except top 10, yeah. Shout out Litecoin, right on Adam. Turbo. Imagine if Ethereum goes to 15K this cycle, that'd be great. I mean, I sold, I would say more than half of my Ethereum, but like just about half, maybe 51%. I still got a bag to ride if it does, but man, I'm not mad, man. I'm not. Ethereum is the one chart that I did not regret any short I took on it over the last 2 years. I'd say the last like year, 2 years, yeah. Year and a half. I did no shorting of Ethereum below like 4,000 is where I sold a bunch of spot. 4,000 is where I shorted on the 20x, closed down to 25. Like I have not regretted it a single time. So all you have to do is believe, baby. So dank. Hype for one character. Shout out to Andrew Salzar, Sean Fogarty, Chris, No Name, Ant Hug, Snowflake, Moho, Cole Crypto, Luhan, Von De Hayes, what's up, boys? Congrats on those memberships. If you could, if you're gifted a membership, could you put a little emoji in the chat? Let us show them off. I wish I would have sold your half of Ethereum. Sorry, Larry. I can't do that for you. Can't do that for you. I do want to shout out for us, our new trading group. This is a limited time offer, by the way. This is, as soon as we reach a certain threshold, all of these deals are going away. We're still offering a 1-week free trial of our new group. TomCrown.io/course. Pinned to the top of the chat. It's in the video description. Check them out. Risk-free trial. You have to put in a credit card number, but you don't get charged for the free trial. Just got canceled after a week. That's how confident I am in this group, that you will find value. And I'm giving away a free membership. Nobody does that. You know why no one gives away free memberships to their trading groups? Because they're a bunch of like scammers and grifters, and they give away a free week. You see that it's a grift and a scam in that week, and then you're gone. They don't make any money. They got to have you sign up. They want you to pay a lot up front because they know that's all they're going to get from you. We are so confident we'll give you that free week trial, and this is the extra limited time. Use promo code VIP. You'll get 50% off forever. So the price tag, I know it's a little high, but there's a lot of value. We got a lot of analysts and employees paying people, not making money on this yet. Still investing money on it. But you'll get 50% off. That is not going to last forever, guys. You can actually sign up for the yearly membership and use that and get 50% off the yearly, which is like crazy, even more savings. But anyway, check it out. Links in the video description below. It's great stuff. You'll love it. There's daily market updates, live exclusive streams, trade signals, setups, educational content, it's all the goods. I think though, that's what's going to be. What's up, Codan? I'm sorry, bro. We did do a bunch of dominance today. That's what it's going to be today. That's all we got. It's a boring day. I appreciate you guys coming out. Make sure you jump in our Discord. It is free, discord.gg/TomCrown. Join the community. It's a good time in there. People are always chatting. Great crew. I love you, fam. Make sure you're subscribed. If you haven't, you can check out our free trading course. That's right. We also have a free, YouTube's best free trading course in the playlist on the channel. I will catch you guys Wednesday at the latest. If something spicy happens, we'll be live. That's all for today. Crown out.